Our short shot right now is the enabler, where we go around the table discussing something that we would each like to do and haven't yet. For a while, for example, it took me a long time to go to South by Film and really get into it. But that's not the thing I want you guys to talk me into. In fact, I don't even want to go first. So
yeah, that's the whole thing with the enabler is we're here to talk you into doing something that you've for some reason kept yourself from doing. You know what's surprising about South by Southwest Film is that I'm amazed at how many filmmakers in Austin have never been to it. I've never gone to any of the panels or screenings. Same with the comedy stuff. It's like comedians that don't go to the comedy festival. That's in their backyard.
Yeah, I think you have to. There's a rite of passage inside that culture. It's a little bit more self-contained, I think, than music or interactive, where it's so easy to walk into, so-and-so's happy hour or to stumble on a concert or something. But film you had to be a little bit more deliberate about. So, but we're all convinced that you should try South by Film.
Absolutely.
Try new things. So the enabler, we are going to pep talk each other into doing something we haven't done before. And I'll start. Mine is the Texas Ski Ranch, which is really close to where I live. I pass it by every day when I go to and from work. And, they got the big man-made pool of water and the big ramps and all that, and I'm always like, I should go there. It looks so awesome, and I never go. And they have a Wahoo's there now, fish tacos, which is neither here nor there. But I was like, look, we have Wahoo, I should go there sometime. Pamela LeBlanc, who we'll have on in a couple of weeks to talk about fitness and cycling, she wrote a whole story right before my winter vacation about the fake snowboarding, the fake snowboarding that they have there, and I was like, I have like 4 weeks off. I should go do that. And I didn't do it.
Why?
And I was putting up Christmas lights, and I don't know why I should have done it. And it was also kind of really unseasonably warm in November, December. Like the time to go would have been like last week when it was icy. I don't know how that would have worked out. But like it's not. I haven't even gotten to the stage where let me call and see what it's all about and how much it costs and what I need to do. Like I haven't even gotten to that stage. So it's very weak of me not to even look into it because I love skiing, I love snowboarding, and I haven't done it in forever.
And how old are your girls again, Omar?
Oh, I'm not putting them on the mountain. There's no way.
Well,
they're 4 and 6.
They're 4 and 6. Okay, so that might be a little bit younger.
No, this is for me. This is Omar's fantasy. Don't bring my kids into this.
Well, I was coming into this thinking about why you should go and how I could talk you into going to Texas Ski Ranch. Note, I've never been there myself. I just looked at the website and saw everything they offer. But I'm a big supporter in exposing kids to sports that aren't offered in school, because if you're anything like me and you weren't naturally good at team sports, other athletic activities like water skiing can give you this sense of, I actually am a mildly skilled athletic person, even though I don't play basketball, volleyball, whatever. And so when I learned to water ski, I was much older than your girls, but probably 9 or 10. And it just was this huge surge of self-esteem, feeling like I wasn't just a total idiot when it came to doing things with my arms and legs. And so that's why I think you should go, is to do it for your children, Omar.
How about do it for my self-esteem?
To stop being such a deadbeat dad and take your kids to Texas Ski Ranch already.
All right, Tolly.
How about that? How about stop neglecting them?
You've made your point.
I think we've decided we're going to hurl Omar's children down a mountain for their own good.
Honey, I'm taking the kids down a mountain.
I haven't seen
fake snow.
I haven't seen the fake. The only pictures I saw of the snowboarding was when the fake snow was apparently all gone. It was just this weird blue ramp. Does it normally have
you just tumble
powder?
Down.
Yeah, just hurl them down. It'll be
what's
fine.
What's going on there? Does it normally have
kids are resilient. They'll bounce. It'll be fine.
I need to call and
synthetic
find all
powder?
this out. I'm not even at that stage. But yeah, I would
more
really
research
like to
is needed.
Yes.
Okay, but really for the sake of your children, that's why you should go to Texas Ski Ranch.
That's a very convincing argument.
Guilt always is.
Joe, what is how should we enable you?
You could you could take up a collection for me to go to Key. I still haven't done that. I can't. It's one of those things that we keep meaning. My wife and I keep meaning to go, and it keeps not happening. And I think one of the reasons it keeps not happening is that when you are a parent, something you have to factor, especially when you're a parent without relatives in town, you have to factor in babysitting cost to everything that you do, and that's adding another 50% onto however much your evening costs. So, Yeah, I still have not yet gone to Key.
And Key is not a place you take your kids, like say down a mountain.
I would actually prefer rolling my children down a mountain than taking them to Key. I think it would be better for them. I think they would have more fun. I think they would complain less.
Can I tell you a story about the last time I saw an actual child at Key?
Hit me.
The parking lot is a little bit awkward at Key. When I was backing out my car, I physically ran into a wall of, not the child, an exterior wall of Key, and a mother walking by with her kid closed her son's eyes, like clapped her hand over her son's eyes so he wouldn't see the crazy lady running into the side of Key. So anyway, so maybe not take your children there because they're reckless drivers.
Yeah, I'll take a photo of your license plate and do not
arrest me.
Let children be
Joe.
around this woman.
No, I have a question for you. When
Yes.
was the last time you and your wife took a proper date night?
It has been a while.
Okay, so for the sake of your
Exactly.
marriage, you obviously need to go to Key. This is an investment you can make, Joe.
I think you've convinced me.
Tolly, you're raising the stakes. Whenever
All right.
Yeah.
This is for your children.
Right.
This is for your marriage.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, oh, this is just a good idea. You should totally do it.
Well, we want people to write in, and obviously I will use guilt
Joe, your marriage is at stake.
as the leverage bar. Well, I don't know how you guys can guilt me into this, but I was thinking of you, Omar, for mine, and that is Worst Fest.
You've never been to Worst Fest.
I've never been to Worst Fest, and
I've never been to Worst Fest.
You've never
And-
been to Worst Fest.
and for Omar, quote, this is his Christmas, Thanksgiving,
It's my
his Yom
and Halloween all
Kippur.
rolled together.
This is everything for him. And I'll tell you why I haven't gone. A, because it's a drive.
Mm-hmm.
B, because not that I'm averse to extended periods of continuous gluttony, but all right, so something has changed since I've been pregnant, and that is I didn't really used to eat a lot of red meat before, or I was just one of those Austinites that subsisted on tempeh tofu and the occasional pan-seared tilapia. But now, all of a sudden, something has switched in my brain, and I want meat all the time. So that got me thinking about Worst Fest. And knowing that we were talking about this, I decided to consult Worst Fest's most avid representative, Omar. Why do Worst Fest?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the age when I join the OPAs. I think, I don't know if there's an age limit or bottom to that, but I think it's over 50 from what I've seen. So yeah, I will be an OPA someday. No, it's awesome. It's great. And the bad part is it's not going to be till November. So I imagine you won't be pregnant anymore.
Let's hope
when
not.
that comes around, unless you have an
It's like
elephant
that would go A1.
16-month pregnancy.
That would go A1.
But if you happen to get pregnant again later on, I mean, but no, you should totally go. And it's actually very kid friendly for when that becomes an issue. Is they got a little hill that kids like to roll down. There's a gigantic clown that will terrify your kids. Lots of kid friendly food, finger food, stuff on sticks.
And what is there besides eating?
That's the thing. There's actually a lot of music, and it's on there's like separate areas. There's like when you first walk in, there's a tent where there's music going on. There's a gigantic beer hall with an actual stage and huge amount of seating indoors where that goes on. So there's continuous music going on for the whole 10 days. And it's something, and I said this on the very first podcast, is some combination of the beer and the music, that kind of music, the polka music, and just people having fun. Like there's something intoxicating about it, and the meat, all the sausage.
And it's wholesome. It sounds wholesome.
It really is. They've tried really hard to make it a family. The only time I hear it gets crazy, and I've never tried this, is when it falls on Halloween, when like the first Saturday is on a Halloween or something like that. That's when it gets really rowdy, and the beer hall gets completely packed, and you don't want to be there. But yeah, I think when I was doing a big story about it, I think early on, like there were bikers and things like that, and they're like, I don't know what went on in the 60s, but they got rid of the riffraff and made it a very family-friendly event. So you go there, you see lots of strollers, you see, kids kind of hanging out on the side of the hill next to the water and just running around and blowing bubbles and stuff. It's very wholesome. The food is really great, and there's enough of there's so many booths that, I don't like this, I don't like that. You'll eventually hit something that gets you, whether even if it's not fried or sauerkraut based.
I love sauerkraut.
There's lots
you
of
could have just
sauerkraut.
said sauerkraut.
Potato
and
pancakes and applesauce. I mean, just fried Oreos. I mean, we just go down the line and just do everything. Fried Oreos are amazing.
I love the fact that I've been on this show twice,
And
and both times Worst Fest has been a huge part
Omar
of it.
has waxed
Flame talk.
rhapsodically.
It's really cool. And I've never had someone go down, and go down to the fest and not come away with it like, oh, that was amazing, that was great. People, you have to experience it at least once, and once you go, you'll probably want to come back the following year.
Do you want to invade Poland afterwards?
Or immigrate to Poland?
This segment is over. So it's really fun, and you should go because it's fun and it's different, and it's just a really cool vibe. I mean, it's very community, family friendly, fun, and people just adore it. I adore it. I think it's fantastic, and I think you would enjoy it. I think you would enjoy the laid back vibe of it.
Okay, well that's very well reasoned argument.
I was going to say I don't know. It's an intriguing combination.
German Tejano, Texas style.
Well, I think this is actually appropriate for this time in my life, finding a cultural celebration that is family friendly, because right now the one that my husband and I do every year without fail is Carnival, because he performs, which is decidedly not family friendly.
He performs music?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, he's a drummer.
There we go.
He's a drummer. He's not.
Could have taken a very interesting turn.
Naked drummer?
He's fully clothed while he's drumming. So, worst fest. All right.
That's one I've never been to, so maybe we'll do an enabler with Carnival for me.
I've got a lot to say about Carnival. All right, well, we really hope you guys will write in with the activities you would like us to enable you to do. You can do that on our brand new Facebook page, Statesman Shots, which had 6 likes last week and has gotten to 160 this week. We're hoping to reach 200 this week.
I attribute that completely to people love Tolly. And
that's magnificent.
What, Tolly endorses this? Not that jackass Omar?
No. More like me spamming all my friends. So thank you, friends.